Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm Jennifer Ann Rogers, and this is Star Seeds and Star Breeds on YouTube, Facebook, and social media. Today, I wanted to share with you some of the apps I use for the Eclipse. I think they're really helpful, but in no way am I associated with these apps. I just want to make that clear. But they're free, and I think they're really helpful. So I'm going to go over those. The first one's the Daff Moon Phase app by Evgeny Fedorishenko. I'm not sure where he's from, but I think these are both from Germany. And Wolfgang Zima, the Mobile Observatory astronomy app. Um, yeah, this is both a free and a paid version. It's the only app I've really ever paid for. But real quick, I'm going to show you what it looks like on my phone, and then I'm going to connect my phone to the computer so you can see more. I just want to ask everybody to like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. I'm going to have a lot more videos coming up, and we're going to look at what this eclipse means for astrology and for our soul's purpose and spiritually. Okay, so I have an Android phone. Some of you that have Apple iPhones, you can also get these apps for those. Just go to your Apple store. Yeah, so on the main page of my phone, I have all my widgets. And all you do here is just click onto your screen, go down here to widgets, and look for your Daff Moon has a lot. It has 10 of the widgets, and they're all pretty different. You can see the moon phases with the sun. I use 2 of them. I use this one, the Daff Sky, and this the moon phase one. So right here, you can just click on that, and it'll take you, and you put it on a blank screen if you want, and you can adjust the size, but it takes you to this, and I click all of them, so I know where all the planets are at. As you know that the planets are going to be in alignment for the eclipse, but not really. I'll show you why, at least where I'm at. So right now, oops, go back real quick. So you can make it any size you want. You can make it real big. And it's about, let's see, 6 o'clock in the evening on Sunday before the eclipse. So you can see the planets are in alignment as we're looking at them right now. And I'll show you. So all you have to do is just go and you click on that. It'll go to what it's going to be this page. I have it set up so it goes straight to the lunar nodes. And the lunar nodes are what makes an eclipse happen. There's an ascending node and a descending node, and we'll get more into that. But first I wanted to show you how to set up this app with your settings. So you can set your, the very first thing you want to do is set where you're at for the eclipse. And that's your location. So we're going to go to the settings, very first thing. And that's on the, up here in the right-hand corner. And you go down to settings. And you go to location. And mine is set for Lowell Observatory because I live in northern Arizona. I always set my astronomy and astrology apps for an observatory close by. And so that's the closest one to me, or at least the biggest one. So I set that for Lowell. I'm going to switch over to my phone on my computer. It's really cool how you can link your phone to Windows. So, for the Daff Moon, we start here. When you open up your app, it'll go to this page. And then up here, we go to this menu in the upper left corner, and it shows you all these cool things, the phases of the, I guess the moon, yeah, where the supermoons are, and you can look at all these. That shows you like one of the widgets that you can put on your main screen of your phone. And I start mine, of course, the lunar nodes, and the ascending node is in where the solar eclipse is going to be is in Pisces, and the descending node is right across from Pisces in Virgo is the descending node. This is known as Rahu and Ketu, which are your future self and your past self. So your past life has to deal with the descending node. Okay, I'll talk about that more in a video about your soul purpose. Has to do with the nodes of the moon that happen in your birth year. So if you are 60, wait a minute. No, if you are between the ages of 18 and 21, 36 and 39, 54 and 57, 72 and 75, or 90 and 93, this is your eclipse. It goes by your birthday year. And I suggest doing both Western and sidereal. That's how I've been guided. So let's look at the eclipse, which is pretty awesome. This part of the app is cool. It shows you exactly what it looks like. So like the lunar eclipse here in northern Arizona wasn't very spectacular. It was a penumbral eclipse. You could see the shadow up here. That's what it looked like here in northern Arizona. So it's very important to go to your settings first and put exactly where you're going to be at. I forgot to mention you can also add different places that you're at when you have your location. You can also obtain it. So if you go to see the eclipse somewhere else, like I wanted to go to San Antonio to watch it because my cousin lives there, but we didn't make it. So you can choose from a map to wherever the eclipse is at. That's also an option. So let's go back to the eclipse. So this is what it'll look like in September. The lunar eclipse will be, a partially blood moon. And then the annular eclipse, we won't be able to see it here. But let's look at our eclipse, the Great American Eclipse. Where I'm at, it's only going to be partial. So right here is where it's going to look like where I'm at, and these are the times. This is really helpful. So between 10:12 and 12:30 is how long the eclipse will last where I'm at. Because it the moon will slowly cross the sun at a really weird angle, and it gives you an example of that, which is really cool. So let's see that. So here's the example, and all you do is, and it tells you the time down here and the date, and then it's going to be partial. So you go and press play, and it's going to show you exactly what the eclipse is going to look like where I'm at. So right there is where the total eclipse happens, and then the moon will move across the sun or the shadow. So that's going to be really cool. But it's going to take like 2 hours. So if you're using a camera, you're going to be there for a while, take your pictures. I suggest just watching it on TV. But I'm going to try and get my GoPro out there and use that at like a slow speed to get it. I don't know if it'll record for 2 hours, though. I don't know if I have enough memory for that. But I'm going to try it just to see if I can do it, see if it works in slow motion at a high speed, or I'm not sure how it works, but I got to look at my GoPro. Anyway, so that's what it's going to look like. Let's see it once again. Did I already do it once? Twice? This is what it's going to look like in Arizona and all the other states in the past. They're like 50% or something. That's what it's going to look like for the partial eclipse. Now, worldwide, it has some maps that you can look at. I suggest the Google map because you can really close in and see all the states. The simple world map looks like this. and you can kind of move it around. You'll see that no other countries over here are going to be able to see it. But you can also move it across and see where it starts. And so that's pretty cool. Now somebody asked me about why is it start in Mexico and then go this way? The sun's not going in that direction. It's just the shade of the moon, or yeah, the shadow of the moon. And so when the sun and moon are coming across here, it's the shadow that begins over here while they're setting. Plus the moon's nodes also are in retrograde. They go in the opposite direction. You can always, and you can also, yeah, I guess that's as far as you can move it. So that's how far the eclipse will reach. That's just with a basic map. But you can go over here and see again the Google map. Let's look at the times. I guess worldwide, this is what they'll see in. I'm not sure what the times are. You'll have to see the time what the times are in your city. I'm not sure about other cities. So this is as far out as I can get, but it'll go closer in, which is really cool about this app. And this app is free again. So for it to have all these features, I think it's pretty awesome. So you'll see where it's going to start down in Mexico. Pretty close to Mazatlan. Up through here. And so in Arizona, you see we're pretty far away from, and it shows, exactly where I'm at with that marker. But you can like zoom in on the states that it's going to be in. Like everybody was talking about how it's going through Nineveh and some other place, Jonah. I couldn't find them on here, but maybe you can if you know exactly where it's at. And some say that the path may change. I'm not sure. I'm going to just go with the flow and say that these maps are correct. If not, go to Eclipse Wise. And I've also posted the maps on Starseeds and Starbreeds Facebook group page. And I will also be posting it on just the main page, Starseeds and Starbreeds page, and Divine Feminine, Divine Union page. So that's the map for the eclipse. If you want to see what the plans or what the planets look like. Oh, another feature on this I really like is the planetary. Well, the diagrams too. The best one is the zodiac signs. So that shows you up here, I think this is Western, and then down here is going to be the sidereal. So you'll see Pisces. It's showing it for Pisces. It says sidereal. Huh. Well, I guess it doesn't. I guess it is showing the sidereal planets. We'll see Mars and Saturn are going to be in Aquarius. And then here's Neptune, which rules Pisces. And the Sun and the Moon and Venus. So Venus and Neptune are pretty close. And the Sun and Mercury are pretty close. So communications really could go down tomorrow. Mercury is a planet of communication. So I expect some satellites, I don't know, maybe even cell phone towers may be affected, cell phone satellites, that kind of thing. As you see, Jupiter and Uranus are way over here, so they're going to be kind of to the left, and I'll show you that here. So in the sky, this is what time it is now, but you can go back up here And we'll go back to 11:30 this morning on Sunday, where I'm at, or 10:30. Let's go to 10:30, when the eclipse is going to start tomorrow. As you can see, the planets aren't really lined up. So if you're looking up at the sky, in Arizona, we're going to be looking straight up at the sun at around 10:30 in the morning. It's going to be kind of hard to see and sit there with your neck for 2 hours watching the moon go across the sun. So I kind of recommend watching it on TV. And in other countries, indigenous people, Hindus also believe that you should be inside and reflecting on the new year. And they don't go outside for an eclipse, nor do they leave food out, vegetables and raw meat. That could be a real problem in the United States. So, if there's any raw meat, I would not go out to eat on an eclipse. No surgeries should be done on an eclipse. So just keep that in mind. You might say that's false. Scientists might say that, but it's it was a thing in the Hebrew Bible, so and in Hindu beliefs, and they're the oldest astrologists in the world. So, and Chinese astrology. So I suggest, yeah, following that. But when we look up in the sun, and it's not going to be totally eclipsed, so I don't know if we're going to be able to see the planets. But if you're where I'm at or nearby, Jupiter and Uranus will be to the left of the sun. So when it goes dark, you might be able to see those two planets to the left of the sun. They're not going to be like in alignment in an up and down alignment. And then to the right will be Mars and Saturn. I don't know if you'll be able to see Saturn close up. Well, yeah, and so like at 11:30 they'll look like this. Still on the left-hand side, Jupiter, Uranus, Venus and Neptune, Mars and Saturn on the right. And then by the time the eclipse is over, um, they'll be in the same positions, and Mercury will be above the sun. And Mercury is the fastest moving of the planets, not the asteroids, but we'll look at the asteroid and the comets with the mobile observatory app. Like I said, this is more of an astrology app, but it also has these astronomy features as well. Okay, so now if we're looking at this mobile observatory app, it also has widgets that you can use. And I have one up here, but let's take a look here at widgets. Oops, Bixby. Let's look at Mobile Observatory Pro. I have the Pro version. I think I changed to the Pro version because it had the eclipses. So that it's like $8 to $9, I think. But it has 5 widgets that you can choose from. And I have this one, and I have this one on my phone. So you can choose from those two and set them wherever you like. So as you see on my first my home screen, I have it there, and then on a screen over, I have it here. And this is kind of cool for just see, I'll show you that there's the nodes, and then here's the eclipse for tomorrow. So you can click on here. Oh yeah, you have to click up here, and it opens it up. And then I'll go to my computer to show you the rest. But you can also size these according to whatever size you want. Like this one, you could size it bigger or smaller. I just keep it up there small. And these are just the planets, the planetary. But this is more informational. I always just check out the app anyway. So let me go to my computer and show you the rest on that. Okay, so now let's go to the mobile observatory astronomy app. It looks like that. And when you click on it, it opens up these boxes. These are all you can move them around. But the very first thing you want to do is go up to this, and when you buy the Pro version, it'll say MO Pro up here. Otherwise, there's a free version. I think the free version does not have the eclipses on it. I'm pretty sure. So, like I said, it's like $10 to buy the Pro version for life. So up in the left-hand corner, you'll see the menu tab, and you click on that, and it brings up all this stuff. The very first thing, again, you want to go to the left-hand corner of the menu, and I mean the right-hand corner of the menu, and click on the settings, that little star up there, and go to current location, 2 boxes down, and you can add as many locations as you want, just like, yeah, I don't think that's in the Daff moon, but in this astronomy app it is, and you can have saved locations here. Like I said, I was gonna go to San Antonio. I wanted to go to San Antonio to see the eclipse, but we're not gonna make it. So I don't know why it says Chicago. Oh, that's a different San Antonio. So you just click on that, and you can select a location, user define, current location, show a map. Yeah, and then choose it on the map, I guess. So if you're traveling, if you're going somewhere, in the path of totality, definitely, um, definitely click on that and add it if you're not in your home state. So that's where you would find that. And that's important because it's gonna show you what time and everything, just like in the other app. And then so you hit the back button and your location is set. And I'll get into this another time, but you can always click on solar eclipses. It's going to bring up the information on that. Total April 8th shows you the total solar eclipse will occur on Monday. 11/17 is its maximum. And the magnitude, the complete eclipse is visible from my location. At your location, it's partial with a maximum at 11/24 and a magnitude of 0.69% or 62%. Then you click on that, and it's going to give you some information about it. 10/13 is first contact with the moon and the sun. The maximum at 11/24 will be just below the sun, obscure, taking a bite out of the sun. And this is a cool part where you can zoom in on both the sun and the moon, as you can see. I don't know if I had my phone. I'll show you on my phone. But you just click on the sky view for more information if you want to see what it looks like in the sky, and then click on the time of the event, and there it'll show you when it's at its maximum. Here in Arizona, that's what we're seeing. And you can go by the month, uh, minus a month, minus a week, minus a day, minus an hour, minus a minute. So if you go minute by minute, it kind of shows you how the sun and moon will, the direction of them, and how the moon is passing over the sun, which I think is a cool feature of this. And then you can zoom out with your fingers, zoom in and zoom out, where you can see the planets. And on this one, you can see where the Devil's Comet is, and it's called 12P Palm Brooks. It's going to be right over here, not so close to Jupiter and Uranus, but over here in Aries. You can see down here. So if you wanted information on that, you could also get information on that. And it has a little glyph, and there's another one also, another comet just below that. Cameras, Zonowitz, and this 12P Pons Brooks is that bright green comet that we've been seeing and everybody's talking about. It doesn't look like it's going to be anywhere near the sun, so some states will see it. But you can move this map all around. You can go by the minute. Just keep clicking on the minute down here. See how far the sun's. It's going to be slow, from where we're at. It's 4 minutes for totality and over the path of totality. But in other states, it'll be very slow. So that's kind of a cool feature of this. That's one of my favorites. And then you can even see the whole universe when this is happening. If you make it really small, you can see the Milky Way. There's the Milky Way. You can see the galactic plane, the celestial equator. All these lines are visible. And you can adjust all this. You can adjust what stars you see, what planets you see. It's all in the menu. I'll be showing more of this. There's Atlas Comet. And we'll dive more deep into these apps as I start teaching more. But since we're talking about Mercury being so close to this, yeah, see, Mercury is right there. It's going to be very close. We can go and look at where the planets are at. After we're done looking at the eclipse, it'll already be at that time. So if you want to see where all the popular objects are at, the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars, or Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Neptune, and Chiron. I have them all lined up in my previous objects. Previous objects, you just go to this, and you can look up your planets and put them in order, which is what I've done here. So I put everything that's in Pisces. Chiron's in Pisces, Neptune, Venus, Mercury, Moon, and Sun. Then right next door is Saturn and Mars. And Neptune rules Pisces, so that's a planet to watch. And Chiron, I've been told, is an important asteroid to watch or to be aware of for spiritual and astrology purposes. It is the wounded healer, and Neptune rules Pisces, and it's about what we envision our lives path to go in. Venus is, of course, the planet of love, and Mercury is the planet of communication. So Mercury being so close and in retrograde, it's kind of a big deal. Let's look at Mercury. And if we go back to April 1st, we can see, well, let's look at when it goes direct. Let's see what it says. Mercury is stationary, begins its prograde motion on 4/23, late at night. Oh, no, not late at night. See, and this is what I like about this app too, is you can see the what retrograde looks like. So when when Mercury started its retrograde motion, it was up here, and then it kind of makes this turnaround and goes in a totally different direction. And so this shows you kind of the path. It has like, here's the planet, and then it shows you the path that it's going, which wouldn't be a regular path for it because it's going retrograde. So that's why I really like this app. You can kind of widen it and you can shorten it to see the path of retrograde, which I think is really cool. And it says Mercury is stationary on 4/23 at what is that, 8 o'clock? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 8 o'clock. Prograde motion. Mercury moves from west to east, prograde motion in sky, but close to its inferior conjunction, Mercury overtakes Earth, and then it appears to move west in the sky. So it hits all these different points that it wouldn't normally hit. And that's why communication seems to be obscured and weird things happen with that, with our satellites and our cell phones, and even sometimes television and that kind of thing. Well, that's all I think I'm going to show on that. I'll show you how to direct, which is kind of cool with this Mobile Observatory Pro. This live view is another way to gauge where it's like a compass. It's an automatic compass for wherever you're at. So right now my phone is facing this way, and so that's what it's seeing. I'm gonna go grab it, and I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, okay. So I grabbed my phone and it is working. It's showing you as I move it. It's looking up the stars where I'm pointing it. So right now the moon, I can see where the moon's at. And the sun. And then I'll show you what it looks like when I have it in my hand. And I'll show you what it looks like live in my hand. Okay, so I've disconnected my phone from the computer so I can show you this. You just click on this live view and you'll be able to see it in here. And so it's an automatic compass. So wherever I point it, it will be, and this is really the only place I can point it for you to see, but it's like it'll find the whatever you're looking for. Like in this direction that it's pointed, you can see Virgo and Leo up in the sky. So if I was outside, it would, and facing this direction, that's what it would, those are the stars up in the sky that I'd be looking at. So I think that's a really cool feature on this. The Daff Moon app doesn't have this. So there's so many things on this app for you to look at that I'm gonna have to do a whole nother video. I just want to do this for the eclipse, and I hope you use this. Tomorrow you can look exactly up into the sky and it'll tell you where the sun's at. Okay, so it's a great compass. It's great to have even if you're, on a hike, going for a walk, it'll tell you exactly where you're at. And your coordinates and everything. So that's a really good compass. That's a really good app to have. And it's very inexpensive. So again, that's a Mobile Observatory Astronomy app and the Daff Moon Phase app. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll like, share, and subscribe to my video. I'll have more on the apps I use. Of course, on the for the Dream Spell Calendar app. I've been meaning to do that for a long time, and I haven't done it yet. But peace, love, and light, and I hope everybody keeps their mind, body, and soul clean tomorrow for the eclipse. In case anything were to happen, be prepared. Hopefully no accidents. Let's all pray for peace, love, and prosperity, and embrace with the new moon. We definitely set our intentions to embrace what is for our greatest good with the new moon, which will be happening at the same time as the eclipse. So thank you for watching again. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you again here on Star Season Starbreeds on YouTube, Facebook, and social media.